Structures and transportation projects look like they have been transported to us from the future. But have you ever wondered how much money was spent on their construction? I'll let you in on a secret. The cost of most of them exceeds billions of dollars. In this video, you will get to know the most expensive projects in the world that are currently under construction. Enjoy watching. In the English county of Somerset, on the shores of the Bristol Channel of the Atlantic Ocean, lie two nuclear power plants, Hinkley Point A and Hinkley Point B. The first was built in 1965 and was decommissioned in 2020. The second plant was launched in February 1976 and closed in 2022. Since these two nuclear power plants were outdated, the British government began developing a project for a new modern nuclear power plant, Hinkley Point C, in 2010. In fact, construction had been discussed since the 1980s, but the project was postponed for various reasons. In 2016, all necessary licenses for the construction of Hinkley Point C were obtained. The project's investors are the British integrated energy company EDF Energy and the Chinese state corporation CGN. Construction of the station began in 2017. Initially, the project's prospects seemed attractive. Hinkley Point C was supposed to provide zero-carbon electricity to about 6 million homes. Additionally, at least 3,000 people were expected to be employed during its construction, providing new job opportunities for local residents. According to the project plan, Hinkley Point C was scheduled to be operational by 2026, but unfortunately the construction has been repeatedly delayed. Each year, the launch dates for the power plant continue to be postponed. Currently, according to the latest plans, the construction of Hinkley Point C is expected to be completed by 2029 or 2031. Along with the delayed launch dates, the cost of construction has also increased. As of today, the cost of the Hinkley Point C project is estimated at $57 billion. In 2016, Saudi Arabia launched a project of incredible scale called Saudi Vision 2030. Its main goal is to create various programs and projects aimed at reducing oil dependency and developing the country in all directions. As part of this national plan, the decision was made to build a futuristic city called NEOM. NEOM is unlike any other city in the traditional sense. It will be divided into 3 main districts, each dedicated to a specific area of Saudi Arabia's development. Oxagon will be an innovative port on the water, Trojena a mountain tourist resort, and the Line a unique smart city stretching 170 kilometers. Additionally, 2 more districts are planned for the future. Sindala, a marine resort on an island, and Leisha, a complex consisting of 3 hotels by the Gulf of Aqaba. Of particular interest is the Line district, which reveals a new vision of a green city. It is planned that all highways and communications, which could negatively impact the environment, will be located beneath the city's surface, thus preserving all natural life on the surface. The project creators say that the residents of this city of the future will be people who strive to direct their efforts towards its development. For this reason, NEOM already offers many opportunities for promising and ambitious professionals from various fields. NEOM will be located on the outskirts of northwestern Saudi Arabia, in the administrative district of Tabuk. The total area of this future city will be at least 26,500 square kilometers. The construction of NEOM began in 2017 and is expected to be completed by 2030. Despite the many interesting ideas for creating the ideal city, the project has faced a lot of criticism. However, Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is confident in the successful implementation of the plan, and this is not surprising, considering the astronomical amount of $1.5 trillion allocated for the construction of NEOM. Today, the 2 major cities of Japan, Tokyo and Osaka, are already connected by the high-speed Shinkansen rail network, built back in 1967. Despite the trains running on this line at speeds exceeding 320 kilometers per h, the country's authorities decided to build an even faster railway that will break all world records. Construction of the world's longest maglev, magnetic levitation high-speed train line, began in 2014 and will be completed by 2027. This line will connect Tokyo and the major city of Nagoya in the central part of Japan's main island, Honshu. The total route length will be 286 kilometers. It can be said that work on this project began back in the 1970s. However, due to the lack of necessary technologies at that time, the idea remained unfeasible and seemed unrealistic. However, 30 years later, the JR Central Railway Company developed and introduced its first maglev Super Express, which set the world speed record for trains. The maglev was tested on a special 19-kilometer track in Yamanashi Prefecture. Now, Japan already has several latest models of maglev capable of moving at an average speed of about 500 kilometers per h. These very super expresses will run between Tokyo and Nagoya on the new line. Thanks to such fantastic speed, a journey from one city to the other will take only 40 minutes. It is worth noting that the high-speed trains of the existing Shinkansen line can cover the same distance in just 1 hour and 18 minutes. In the future, Japanese authorities plan to extend this line and connect it with Osaka. After this, the length of this ultra-high-speed railway will be 515 kilometers, and travel time from Tokyo to Osaka will be reduced by almost 1.5 hours, taking only 67 minutes. The cost of this project is estimated at $100 billion. In January 2015, the California High-Speed Rail Authority began work on implementing the California High-Speed Rail Project. In the first phase of construction, the line will connect San Francisco with Los Angeles and Anaheim. The total length of this section of the route will be 795 kilometers. The second phase involves extending the line from the southern part of the route to San Diego and from the northern part to Sacramento. Thus, the total length of the California high-speed rail will be 1,249 kilometers. The idea of creating a high-speed rail in the United States first arose in 1979. However, the project did not receive approval at that time. Meanwhile, the population of California grew significantly, and the government had to modernize its transportation system accordingly. Thus, the authorities concluded that high-speed lines are very advantageous, both economically and environmentally. The California Rail Construction Project is meticulously planned. Its main goal is to create the most comfortable and convenient mode of transportation for the population. Each train will be up to 400 meters long. The train complex will include various types of cars, such as quiet cars, play areas for young families, dining cars, and even conference rooms. Each train will have a capacity of 1,300 passengers. Thus, the daily passenger flow will be 115,000 passengers. The railway stations on the line will feature parking, transit rooms, pick-up and drop-off points, platforms, canopies, vertical circulation, lobbies, and various functional and operational rooms. The cost of this project is $128 billion. The Gateway Program, developed in 2011 by the U.S. national railroad operator Amtrak, is a project aimed at improving railway infrastructure. The main goal of the project is to replace outdated railway lines along the Northeast Corridor between New Jersey and New York. The project received approval in 2021, and the first construction work began in 2023. According to the project plan, the first phase of the program includes the construction of a new 2-track tunnel under the Hudson River. Along with the construction of the new tunnel, the existing 2-track North River Tunnel, which was severely damaged during Hurricane Sandy in 2012, will be restored and renovated. In the later stages of the project, the Portal North Bridge in New Jersey and the Sawtooth Bridges will be replaced. Additionally, the program will involve the construction of the Portal South Bridge, the Bergen Loop in New Jersey, and new railway stations. As you can see, the project is incredibly extensive. Its cost is estimated at $16 billion. However, the U.S. authorities believe that these costs are justified. The implementation of this program will ensure the long-term reliability of the corridor between New Jersey and New York. When the project is fully completed, there will be 4 tracks available between New Jersey and New York, significantly expanding capacity. Moreover, this program is expected to encourage people to use train services, as this mode of transportation will become even more comfortable, reliable, fast, and environmentally friendly. Right now, work is underway to expand the metro in Sydney, the most populous city in Australia, located in the state of New South Wales. If you think this is because the route is outdated and needs improvements, you are mistaken. Surprisingly, in such a large city as Sydney, with a population of over 5 million people, the metro was only opened in 2019, and all the work being done is more of a continuation of metro construction rather than its reconstruction. Building a metro was simply necessary for a city like Sydney, as Greater Sydney encompasses 658 suburbs. Naturally, many people from this region work in Sydney itself, and transport accessibility plays a significant role in this case. Fortunately, the New South Wales state authorities took care of their residents' comfort and began constructing a metro that connects many of Greater Sydney's outskirts with the city centre. Currently, the total length of the metro is 36 kilometers, including 13 stations. However, this was not enough, so the authorities began expanding it. The new section of the line will run from Sydney's northwest area to the southwest, reaching Chatswood Station. The total length of this route will be 15.5 kilometers. 6 stations will be added to the main line. The construction of this section involves the use of many modern tools, including the 975-ton tunnel boring machine Kathleen, named after Kathleen Butler, the technical advisor to engineer John Bradfield, a woman who played a key role in the construction of the Harbour Bridge. Such machines are specifically designed to operate in various soil conditions, including the section under Sydney Harbour. To eliminate long waits, particularly during peak hours, it is planned to set train intervals to no more than 2 minutes. This will significantly increase passenger traffic. The cost of the Sydney Metro expansion project will be $25 billion. LNG Canada Development Inc. is an industrial enterprise established to construct a liquefied natural gas export terminal. The chosen location for the terminal is Kitimat, a district municipality in the North Coast region of British Columbia, Canada. The primary investors in the project are 5 major international companies, including Shell plc and Mitsubishi Corp. It is expected that liquefied natural gas will be delivered to client countries from 2 processing plants, with a capacity of about 14 million tons per year. However, after this project becomes operational, the export volume is expected to increase to 26 million tons per year. The implementation of the project involves 2 main stages. The first stage will involve the construction of a coastal gas pipeline. Its total length will be 670 kilometers, running through northern British Columbia. North American company TC Energy Corporation is responsible for its proper functioning. According to the project plan, the initial capacity of the pipeline will be 2.1 billion cubic feet per day. The second stage focuses on building the plant for liquefying and storing natural gas. The production technology will include a system for cooling natural gas to a liquid state and storing it. Additionally, a port will be built in Kitimat specifically designed for LNG carrier ships. It is planned that LNG carrier ships will navigate through Douglas Channel, load the raw material, and depart for overseas destinations, primarily in Asia, as countries in this part of the world will be the main buyers of the gas. This project may seem quite ordinary from an economic perspective, but despite this, its cost is impressive, amounting to $31 billion. Silicon Valley is located in Northern California, USA. This region is the global center of modern technology and innovation. Silicon Valley is home to the headquarters of many of the largest global corporations. It was there that silicon-based integrated circuits, microprocessors, and other technologies were developed. 1/3 of all venture capital investments in the United States go to this region. So it is not surprising that it has become a leading center and ecosystem for high-tech startup innovations. Undoubtedly, the U.S. authorities continue to develop this successful region of their country. In 2024, the second phase of a grand project aimed at improving Silicon Valley started. The first phase was completed in 2020. As a result, the Bay Area Rapid Transit BART system acquired 2 new stations, each of which is part of 2 major transit centers. The second phase involves extending BART service by 10 kilometers through the construction of 3 new underground stations south of the Berryessa station and 1 above-ground station in Santa Clara. It is planned that due to this project, by 2036, the line will be able to serve more than 54,000 passengers daily. The construction of the stations will be completed in 2036, which is only 12 years away. Such long terms are due to the complexity of the construction, as the line will run through downtown San Jose, where important underground utilities are already located and must not be disturbed. In addition, this region is prone to earthquakes, and it is important to consider soil characteristics when laying tunnels. Despite these challenges, authorities are confident that the project will be successfully completed. The expansion of the BART regional system will provide a fast and convenient alternative transit along major transportation routes, ensure quick access to major employment centers throughout the Bay Area and back, improve the connectivity of regional transportation services, contribute to the region's economic development, and increase the mobility of the population in disadvantaged transportation situations. It sounds attractive. However, the cost of this project promises to be incredibly high. Initially, the investment amount was $12.2 billion, but a month after construction began, it increased to $12.7 billion. And, as practice shows, it will continue to increase in the future. HighSpeed 2 is a major project in England for the construction of a high-speed railway. In 2007, residents of London were already able to appreciate the convenience of the HighSpeed 1 railway, which connects London with the Channel Tunnel. However, the country's authorities decided not to stop there and announced the construction of HighSpeed 2 in 2017. According to the initial project plan, the line was to extend from London, from Euston Station, to central Birmingham, then split into 2 branches heading towards Manchester and Leeds. The total length of the railway was to be over 500 kilometers. However, after the construction of HighSpeed 2 began, the plans changed. This was primarily due to an incorrectly estimated budget. Initially, it was assumed that the cost of the project would be $47 billion, but it later became clear that the cost would increase by at least twice that amount. $100 billion is simply an astronomical amount of money. Therefore, it was decided to build only a simplified high-speed railway. This line will connect only London and Birmingham, with a length of 230 kilometers. This decision allowed the project cost to be reduced to $84 billion, but even this amount is much higher than initially estimated before construction began. Despite this and many other negative factors, which have resulted in constant delays in the opening of the line, the high-speed railway will still be put into operation. Thanks to it, residents of London and Birmingham will be able to travel between the 2 largest cities in the United Kingdom twice as fast as they do now. Stuttgart, located in the southwestern part of Germany, is a major innovative city in the country. In 2008, the city's authorities called it the new heart of Europe, and embarked on numerous projects aimed at making Stuttgart a city where business meets the future. One of these projects is the Stuttgart 21 Rail and Urban Development Project. The project plan envisaged the complete demolition of the old terminal station and the construction of a new underground through station with 8 tracks. To implement this idea, the new station had to be built not vertically but horizontally, that is, rotated 90 degrees in relation to the location of the old one. In addition, this required the construction of new tunnels with a total length of 30 kilometers, as well as 57 kilometers of railway lines. The new through station is to be included in the high-speed rail network. As a result, travel time from one point to another will be significantly reduced. For example, it previously took 2.5 hours to get to Munich, but after the construction of the through station, it will take no more than 1.5 hours. The project plan also envisages the creation of a new railway depot in the areas of Stuttgart Airport and the Exhibition Center. This will connect these two important facilities to the transport network. Construction work began in 2010. According to initial estimates, the cost of the project was expected to be 2.5 billion euros, but it is now reported that the cost of Stuttgart 21 will be at least 11 billion euros. Building such a serious project really takes a lot of money. A lot of finances have also been invested in the design of Stuttgart 21, which includes park space and 28 huge cup-shaped columns. Just for their construction, 350 metric tons of steel and 685 cubic meters of concrete were required. Stuttgart 21 has become a very controversial and very complex project that few believed in. However, the German authorities were not afraid of the difficulties and continued to work on their plan. It is expected that the construction will be completed in 2025. The International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, ITER, is an international project demonstrating the potential for commercial use of nuclear fusion. The project development began back in the 1980s, but construction of the facility only started in 2010. The location chosen for the International Thermonuclear Reactor is the commune of Saint-Paul-les-Durance in southeastern France. The participating countries in this experiment include all member states of the European Union and many other countries. For an extended period, the site was prepared for the placement of the nuclear reactor, while the participating countries worked on its creation. In 2020, the assembly of the reactor began. The thermonuclear reactor itself is designed to be a tokamak, a toroidal device for magnetic confinement of plasma to achieve the conditions necessary for controlled thermonuclear fusion. According to the project plans, this installation will have a height of over 70 meters, surpassing the Eiffel Tower, and will weigh 23,000 tons. As a result of the experiment, scientists aim to obtain plasma with a volume of 40 cubic meters, for which a temperature exceeding 150 million degrees Celsius must be created inside the reactor. Additionally, the magnetic field in the tokamak must be enhanced to 200,000 times that of the Earth's field. Finally, to ensure the success of the experiment, the massive superconducting magnets will need to be cooled to 269 degrees C. This whole concept sounds simply fantastic, because if scientists manage to meet all these conditions, the area where the reactor is located will become simultaneously the hottest and coldest spot on the planet. Admittedly, it is hard to believe in the implementation of this project, but scientists believe that it is entirely possible. Therefore, investments in this project have amounted to over $25 billion. Currently, a massive transportation project is underway in India, the construction of a high-speed railway connecting Ahmedabad in Gujarat and Mumbai, the capital of Maharashtra. It is worth noting that India boasts one of the largest railway networks in the world, with a total route length of over 64,000 kilometers. However, the country has never had a high-speed rail line. This project will provide India with its first high-speed railway. The high-speed connection will be part of the 650-kilometer Pune-Ahmedabad-Mumbai line. The total length of this section will be 508 kilometers, 468 of which will be located in a ground corridor, 27 kilometers inside a tunnel, including an underwater section, and 13 kilometers above ground. Thanks to this project, travel time between the two endpoints will be reduced fourfold, from 8 hours to 2 hours. The Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed railway will start at the Bandra Kurla complex in Mumbai and end near Sabarmati railway station in Gujarat. In total, the line will include 12 stations. Once operational, passengers will be offered two types of services, rapid train and express service. With the first option, passengers can travel from Mumbai to Ahmedabad in 2 hours and 7 minutes without stops. The second option includes stops, and the journey will take 2 hours and 58 minutes. In total, there will be 70 daily trips, both directions, on the line. For the high-speed railway, Japanese E5 Shinkansen trains will be purchased. These trains will be modified to operate in Indian weather conditions. India is known for its extreme heat, up to 50 degrees Celsius in the sun. Therefore, the trains will be equipped with special cooling systems, air conditioners, and dust filters. Each train will consist of 10 to 16 cars, with a passenger capacity of 1,300 to 1,600 passengers. The maximum speed of the trains will be 350 kilometers per hour. The line is scheduled to open in August 2026. The cost of this project will exceed $15 billion. China never ceases to amaze with its innovative ideas. This time, the country's authorities have embarked on the large-scale construction of a true city of the future, the Xiong'an New Area. In 2017, China began implementing this project, and already now nearly 1.5 million people live in Xiong'an. Impressive, isn't it? However, the city is not yet fully built. It will be completed by 2035, but even now, it boasts beauty and developed infrastructure. The idea of creating a modern district in northern China arose primarily because this area was not developing as rapidly as the southern side. To balance the development of the country, it was decided to create a powerful industrial boost, and the new city would perfectly cope with this task. The location for the construction of Xiong'an was also chosen deliberately, as Beijing is located 100 kilometers from this place. The promising district was supposed to attract residents of Beijing, thus slightly easing the burden on China's densely populated capital. The strategy was excellent, and it worked. People have indeed started moving to Xiong'an. But what exactly can this city offer? Xiong'an is designed with all innovative achievements in mind, so it is comfortable to live and work in. Many large companies from Beijing have already placed their offices in this district. The city is being built according to the 5-minute neighborhood principle, meaning all its residents will have access to medical institutions, educational institutions, preschools, and other universal services within 5 minutes of walking. Xiong'an is classified as a green city. There are no cars except for autonomous electric vehicles, and there never will be. However, the number of plants and trees is simply impressive. In 2017 alone, over 14 million trees and shrubs were planted in the city. The list of this city's advantages could go on for a long time, so let's move on to the most interesting part: the cost of this project. According to official data, this figure is $95 billion. This is likely not the final cost of the city. John F. Kennedy International Airport, located in Queens, New York, was built in 1947. It is the largest of the 3 passenger airports in New York City. This airport is used by 90 airlines, with a passenger flow of over 60 million people per year. Periodically, the U.S. authorities have modernized the airport since it was built quite a long time ago. The latest modification, the development plan for which was drawn up in 2017, is the most extensive. The governor of New York has set a goal to transform the outdated airport into a world-class interconnected complex. According to the reconstruction plan, improvements should be achieved by creating a single modern terminal that will replace the existing small terminals. The roads leading to the complex will also be modified into a continuous loop road to improve car access. Additionally, modern parking areas with long-term parking options will be constructed. The terminal will be equipped according to the most modern standards. Inside, there will be restaurants, shopping areas, and conference rooms. Upgrades will also include security systems, particularly the installation of video surveillance and facial recognition systems for all passengers inside the terminal. The combination of these ideas will transform New York's largest airport into one of the most comfortable, safe, and innovative airports in the world. Moreover, these solutions will help accommodate the constantly growing passenger base, which is expected to reach 75 million people per year by 2030 and 100 million by 2050. At the current rate of growth, the existing airport will reach full capacity within the next 10-15 years. The reconstruction of the airport began in 2022 and is expected to be completed by 2030. The cost of this project is $19 billion. The Grand Paris Express has become France's ambitious project to improve the Paris metro. Its primary goal is to ensure transportation accessibility to the city center for suburban residents. Thanks to this project, the number of cars on Paris roads will be reduced by at least 150,000, which will positively impact the capital's environment. Additionally, the metro expansion will help people reach France's largest airport, Charles de Gaulle, as well as Le Bourget and Orly airports, much faster. According to the project plan, after construction is completed, the total length of the Paris metro tracks will increase by 200 kilometers. For this purpose, 4 new lines will be built, and the existing lines 11 and 14 will be extended. Thus, the Paris metro will be able to serve up to 2 million passengers daily. The designs for all new and modified stations include glass barriers separating the tracks from the platforms to enhance safety. The design of all halls is aimed at providing a comfortable experience for metro passengers. For this, the halls will feature abundant lighting and plants. The construction of new lines and the expansion of old ones began in 2015. Initially, it was planned that the project would take 15 years, and the upgraded metro would fully open in 2030. However, due to Paris being chosen as the host city for the 2024 Olympic Games, the French authorities decided to significantly accelerate construction. As of today, the work on expanding lines 11 and 14 has already been completed. Line 11 opened in May this year, and Line 14 in June this year. The construction of the new lines is still ongoing. The opening of these lines will occur in stages, starting in 2025. The Grand Paris Express is indeed a very large-scale project. Thanks to it, the Paris metro will become very comfortable and fast, especially for suburban residents. The cost of constructing 4 new lines with 68 stations and extending the existing 2 lines amounted to over $35 billion. And that's all from me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your engagement is the best reward for me. Thank you for your attention. See you soon. Bye.